Yo, Kingearner coming to y'all live and direct. Listen to me. And this is something that I really want to lay on the people to give them an understanding, man. The understanding is this, simply. When you're dealing with the youth, you have to deal in a modest manner. You can't deal in a strong, aggressive manner because a lot of times they're growing up in their house having to fight their fathers, having to fight their uncles. Some of them even having to fight their own brothers. Some of them so dishonorable they get to the point that they fight their own mothers. So I'm not talking about the ones that just fight, period, because this is what goes on in our community. The structure isn't at home first. So when the structure isn't at home first, what do you think that individual, that child is going to do when it comes down to the streets? What do you think that child is going to do? If at home the structure isn't being honored, you think that child is going to go out in the streets and care? No, they're not. What they're going to do, they're going to go 10 times higher in the streets. Majority of the children, especially the fathers that leave the home, the fathers that be in the home for a while and then they leave, that child ends up being the worst child because he doesn't have that trust anymore. He doesn't have that faith to hold on. And a lot of people won't understand that child. And this for the parents, you'll see a child walking around, single mothers, with his head down a lot, always in their mind thinking. The reason is, and I know this for myself, is because they're trying to figure out why, and they would love to trust someone. But in these times, I know it's a lot harder because the women have the men in and out of the home more frequently. You know, it got to the point where as though you can just meet a woman and then you're in her home watching television and doing these things and feet kicked up like you running and you paying bills and you ain't even paid a bill. My era was different. My era was like this. Listen, if you're going to stay in there, right, you're going to pay in there. There's no need to play in house if you come in there. And my grandmother taught me that. So before I even went with a woman, I understood the mathematics in that. And it was deeply understood to the highest degree, to the point that no one would ever have to tell me anything like that of the third. You see? That's when you have to be told how to be a man. You know what I'm saying? Youngins, y'all have the ability right now. With the mindset that the world has, you have the ability to be more than we were, to be more than what we became, even the ones that didn't make it. The reason why I say that is because it's money out here for you guys. You know how you hear guys that speak about community activity meetings and stuff like that, and they speak of money, you get that feel of the money is going to be for them. No, let's start teaching the parents how they can get the money. Yeah, to cut the money from the dudes who just get the money and say, pocket, but at the same token, it'll help our youth. So let's start showing and seeing who's really for the youth, because I give out so much, a lot, and I'm happy to give it by myself, because you'll get individuals that just plan a day and say this is Instagram show your good deed day. And I don't be forward a lot of my good deeds, my phone be in my pocket. So I just try to get the speakings because I know if I get just a little bit of footage, it's gonna grab a lot of the youngers. They're gonna learn something new. So when somebody say, go ahead, and I'm going and I'm in my bag, I'm going to speak, you see? But I can't record my good deeds, man, because my honor's so intact that I'm going to begin to feel bad about that. I'm going to feel like that child has been ripped of my trust. You see where I'm coming from? So if I'm giving you this, giving you that, and here, this, that, and the third, it's only when they ask for the picture. If they don't ask for the picture, I don't do it and I don't put it up anymore. Because at the end of the day, the goal is for you to do what? Lead these people in the right direction. And if you're going to lead these youngins, you don't allow them to get to the point that they even got to ask that for your help. You see? And a lot of OGs, you know, the youngest tell me, they say that a lot of these OGs, when they get to ask them for something or they need some help, the OG will try to be their pop. I don't do that. My trans passes I give out weekly is from my campaign out of my own pocket. Out of my own pocket. Now, I have a campaign that I got going on as I'm putting for the podcast and all these other things that I don't even touch, just because this is especially for the youth, period, anyway. But the podcast strength and for it to grow, it needs more help. You know, I ain't gonna lie on that. So if you hear and if you got it and if you showing honor, like we all say, because we like what Kingearner to do, but we got to live and show love to the Honor Your Life campaign. You see what I'm saying? Because the Honor Your Life campaign is the reason why I'm able to speak on these things to help the community to grow bigger. This is what my payment is. Let's help. You see what I'm saying? Anything else is just like, you know, I got to the point in life where as though I think I've seen enough money. I don't need to chase it down. You dig what I'm saying? I need to make sure that I continue to maintain and I maintain this clothing line to continue to have an honorable earn. Outside of the school, this is my main earn now. And honestly, it has taken over the school. It's taken over the payment of that because at the end of the day, I'm getting to the point where as though these children should be getting it for free. And the Philadelphia school system isn't going to pay it. You'll find the directors and people like that going into their pockets and them giving because they don't have. The city isn't giving the charter schools. They're not giving them. They're not the non-profit biggest organizations. They're not giving where education is needed. If so, you will have me in these schools almost 24/7. I could do it. I mean, I sold drugs over 20 years ago, 24/7. So why can't I? It just doesn't make any sense. This is the easiest thing to do. This is something positive. Do you understand that it costs deeply to be a criminal? Deeply it costs. Prison. Death. Trying to figure out how you can flip. When you flip, you dig that you didn't even put the bread that you put in the flip. it didn't even really come back like it didn't come back. You didn't even get that back. Why even indulge? I'm asking you, youngest, why? It's always a message. It's always one or two or three in my speakings. Have you noticed that? So why? Come on. I want answers. Why? You really watching? You really paying attention? Why? Give me an understanding why. And I'll come back and I'll give you an understanding that it shouldn't be. If you tell me your honest understanding of why, what's the reason when there's opportunity for you to grow your own business and keep your own money? You don't, hey, listen to me, youngers. Look, I understand. You're like, man, I want that big money fast. But once your business get to moving, it's the same damn thing, but better. Because you get to stay free. Now, anything that's equal to something, but I get to keep my freedom, oh, I'm going with the freedom. Bottom line, Kingearner live and direct. Answer in the comments, y'all.